Hey guys, so MiniCake, which is a fork or a kind of a copy of BabyCake that recently launched. I think it's a soft rug pull, and a soft rug pull means they're slowly just kind of selling off tokens, the devs or the owners of it, which will prevent it from really seeing any major price action. Now you're still getting paid in cake. It still works at this time, but it's really not a good project to be in if you recognize some of these things. So I'm going to talk about this. Now, if you like this kind of content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, because a lot of people will not like this. People that are in MiniCake, it's not pleasant to hear that you're in a program that might be a soft rug pull, doesn't do a lot of good for the price action. But the reality is, when you've been in this market long enough with these crypto pre-sales and things that are early out on PancakeSwap, you start to see these trends and these patterns. Could I be wrong? Yes. But I think it's very valuable to be looking at these things. Even if MiniCake turns out not to be a soft rug pull, whoever is running the project, the mods, they're not respectful to their community. I just watched that engagement. It wasn't to me personally, but I was watching the way that they were engaging with people, and it's the same kind of this negative attitude and rudeness that I saw with previous rug pulls, on top of the other things, just poor communication, no dev or owner communication on a regular basis. They throw up a site, you can see it's pretty cheap, kind of design and stuff. Nothing like, if you look at BabyCake, which MiniCake is a spinoff, here this has a CertiK audit in progress. CertiK audits are one of the best audits you can get of the smart contract. Costs about $30,000. That's what BabyCake did to build confidence. If you go to BabyCake's chat, you're going to see, even very early, when they didn't have a huge community yet, when it first launched a few days ago, lots of commitment to communication, mods that are respectful in their communication with people. And if you go to MiniCakes, you're going to see no communication, and any communication they have is really short. It's completely different vibe. It's obvious that they don't really care about people or people that are in their project or their project. So, if you go to their Telegram group and you compare it to BabyCake, granted, BabyCake has much more people in it, but you just notice the engagement and the respect level and the communication. It's huge. Communication is our number one priority, our number one criteria when we're analyzing what's going on with a project. It says a lot. And the types of mods or people that are in a Telegram group and the way that they're treating people, it tells you a lot. The other big thing was in the Telegram group with MiniCake, this is what clued me in, and I sold right away. All of a sudden you saw fake people, like bots, basically posting in the Telegram group. So that's when they want to kind of abandon having to work on the project. That'll just, like, people saying, bye, let's pump it up. And it's like, and you say something to that person, you can tell it's not a real person. And it's just a bunch of like silly, like, images being posted, have nothing to do with the project. It's like, it just starts to fill up with like junk. And they try to make it look like it's active. So that was the big indicator. So communication being the number one priority, just kind of remember these things, like, regardless of what ends up happening with MiniCake. And I just wanted to warn you about this and talk about this because people are still buying it, and the thing is, if it's a soft rug pull, and like, at this point, it doesn't matter if it is or isn't, it's showing all the signs of being a high probability of one, and that's enough. Like, there's so many good projects. If something's showing high probability of being a soft rug pull means devs and owners are selling as much as they possibly can. They're not really committed to the project. You see something, a price jump up like this, which it probably did, coming off of the heels of BabyCake, which has just done phenomenally well. We have, like, someone in our community reported, joining our Discord, finding out about BabyCake like a week ago, and in 5 days turned $850 into 102,000. Someone else reported turning $300 on BabyCake into 20,000. Like, people getting insane returns on BabyCake. I don't know if it made it to 100 million market cap in the first week, but close. So MiniCake was coming off of the heels of that. And I think this big spike was people that were making a killing over BabyCake thinking, hey, I'll go ahead and throw some money into MiniCake. But as soon as you see it come up, now, initially, I just thought this was just people taking profits when it spiked up. But then when I saw, in addition to that price action, when I saw the way that the devs or the mods or whoever's managing the Telegram group wasn't communicating. And then when they did communicate, how rude and short it was and disrespectful it was to people in the community, just for no reason even. It just started to look reminiscent of other soft rug pulls and the type of communication. And then when I saw the Telegram group having a bunch of posts from people that clearly were not real people, posting somewhat irrelevant stuff, irrelevant images, irrelevant memes, and then the constant, pump it up, which can be common, but it wasn't with the tone of what was going on. And you could just tell that they weren't real people. That's when you start to know that you probably have a soft rug pull. They like to just kind of disengage from the process. They don't communicate. There's nothing going on in the voice chat. And then when you see, that on top of this big spike, now it starts to not look so much just like people taking profits, but more like the devs and owners taking profits. They clearly don't care about the project. I could end up being wrong. All of a sudden, maybe the dev or the owner is sick and they're afraid to tell everybody the dev and owner is sick and out for the count, and he's going to pop back up and come back to the project. And we're going to see some personality and some communication and some commitment. It's highly unlikely. This is showing all the signs of a soft rug pull. Now, I hope you'll like this video and value this, because I'm not going to get a lot of, excitement around this. Like, people don't share this kind of information on their YouTube channels because it's much more profitable for me just to make videos on the, this is pumping, or get into this project now. And then, everybody in that project wants to support it. So they comment it or they like it, and it gives it a bunch of traction. That's how most people, are going about it. And it's not like I'm not going to do that. Sometimes, of course I will, but a lot of my channel is just the real stuff, but it doesn't get as much attention because there's not going to be a bunch of people excited about pumping this up. So if you like this content, if you want me to keep producing this kind of real content that says it how it is, because I would have appreciated it when I was new to the market, do subscribe to the channel, like and comment so that I can keep making this content. So I'll just recap. You know that you're probably in a soft rug pull. If it's a copy, and none of these by themselves necessarily mean anything, but it's together. So for example, it's a copy of something else. There's lots of copies that are legit, but if it's a copy of something else, in this case, it was a copy of BabyCake, and this is MiniCake here. We just showed you BabyCake's site. BabyCake's obviously a very serious project. They got the CERTIC audit. This MiniCake one, you can almost tell just right looking at the site. And that's one of our crypto pre-sale strategy criteria, is the site itself. And again, there's a lot of crappy looking sites. It's just one of many things, but it kind of clues you in. And I saw this and I knew that it wasn't a good site. And I knew it was a copy of BabyCake, but I thought, well, but maybe it's a legitimate project, because sometimes it can still have a lesser quality site and be a copy of something and still do very well, because obviously there's a lot of market demand for BabyCake. So that could spill over into this if they took the project seriously. But I was extra cautious in that regard because it was a copy of BabyCake. So that's just a couple things to look at. But then the bigger things are when you start to see, just because the price spikes up and then comes down, it could just be profit taking. So I want to say, again, that alone wouldn't be an indication that it's a soft rug pull, but it's certainly going to be a pattern that you're going to see in a soft rug pull, because the devs or owners of the project are actually the ones selling. They've got lots of other wallets that they, were able to put some tokens into that they can continue selling off, which obviously keeps the price from ever doing much. I've seen projects go for a very long time that are soft rug pulls, and people don't know it, and they'll let the price come up sometimes, but it is, it's not going to ever do that well if their heart's not in it, and that's what their goal is. Now, the biggest indicator, though, is when you see bots in the Telegram group, you see no commitment to communication, and you see them even responding to people in a somewhat extremely short, uncaring, and even rude manner. When you put all those things together, that lack of commitment to communication, on top of everything else, that you're even if it's not a soft rug pull, you're just dealing with probability that either it is or that it's a project that just isn't going to do well. There's just no reason to remain in it when there's so many good projects to remain in. So again, I hope that's helpful. We have a Discord group where we talk about this stuff. We have several hundred people who are following the same strategy. So we all understand like exactly what we're looking for criteria. We have over 100 people that are putting things in the bucket. They call our scouts that bring crypto pre-sales that are launching. Like BabyCake was one that was put in there on the 17th on the day of launch. Baby XRP was another one. Like a lot of these rewards tokens were ones that we put out in that Discord group. We said, hey, look for these, look for one specifically, because right now that's the trend. And a whole bunch of them have been coming through there and people have been making a fortune. I mentioned the biggest one that I saw, someone put in $850 and turned it into 102,000 with BabyCake. But there's lots of projects and just incredible stories. If you want to work with a team of people that are working together on this, look below. I'll put a link to like a free class that goes over our crypto pre-sale strategy. And then we do require people to purchase a class if they want to be in the Discord and purchase access to the Discord. But I'll put some information below, because then it's high quality. Like we don't want just it's already plenty of people in there. We want to make sure the people in there are following the same strategy. It's working out really, really, really well. So if you're interested in that, I'll put that below. But subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content. If you want me to bring you maybe not the rosy news, not the hey, it's pumping news all the time, but educate on a whole bunch of different things that I would have really appreciated when I was fairly new to this industry. All right, guys, be safe out there, and remember, there are ways to predict or anticipate what's going to happen or to recognize what's happening if you're looking for those things. And we really commit to that. And I encourage you to take note of those things and just play on probability. Like it doesn't matter, for example, if MiniCake ends up being a rug pull or not. It will take a very long time for it to be fully confirmed, because sometimes they'll let the price go up and stuff so they can sell it again. It's irrelevant. The point is, when it hits enough criteria, there's enough red flags to tell us it either is a soft rug pull or they just don't have their heart in the project. There's just no reason to be in it. Put your money somewhere where the devs and the owners are showing, either they have a track record for it and they're showing because they're hitting these criteria, like a commitment to communication being one of them. They're showing a commitment to the project long-term. And that's when you're gonna do really, really well in this market. And also getting into pre-sales, obviously, huge advantage. And that's what we're focused on in our Tribe 100X Discord group, finding those, collating them, researching them, and talking about them. All right, guys, be safe out there. And man, lots of gains, lots of opportunities when you align with the right projects. We'll see you soon.